Well, hello there, friends and RC family. My name is Alec from High Noon Hobbies, and if you're new to this channel, I very much appreciate you checking it out. I hope that you will stick around, watch this video. This is going to be a good one, so I hope you'll watch this one, see if this content is worth your while, and consider subscribing so that then I can say to you, if you aren't new here, welcome back to yet another Friday upload. This time we are taking a look at the finale, the North versus South Utah RC Crawlin Championship final shootout, where the North versus South is combining into one conglomeration of nerd, and we're gonna see who the biggest nerd is. So this is exciting. I'm pretty excited. If you couldn't tell from that intro, I'm pretty pumped on this. Anytime I make an intro like that, you know that it's gonna be a good time. There's a lot of content. I have an absurd amount of content from this event, and I'm still not sure exactly how I'm going to use it all. But I have a lot of runs, and I'm still working on piecing all of the runs together and figuring out how to kind of tell a story of the event with the runs, and not, spoil a run in the future with a run that you see sooner or something like that. So I'm still working on how I'm going to piece it together, but I know that I've got all of the footage from the top 5 competitors of both Class 2 and Unlimited. And so with the footage of both of those, we will, as a channel, you and I, be able to see who the champion truly was. Beyond that, we've got some really cool extra footage, like a grudge match between Scumbag RC and West Desert Wheeler, both in Class 2 and in Unlimited, and just a bunch of other cool stuff. Thomas from Fabinator 1 running his MOA truck. We got Cameron from up in the northern Utah, the Nuke Group. We've got some of his runs. We've got Trevor from down south, the Joe Ropes and Three Brothers driver. We've got some of his runs. We got a whole bunch of runs to look at, but today we're going to look at a run from an individual that has not been on this channel yet, and we're going to compare it head-to-head against Logan or West Desert Wheeler on his own course, which is probably not very fair, but I think it's going to be fun. This time we're going to take a look at Steve from Rock Pirates, the founder of Rock Pirates, the Rock Pirate himself in the... I don't know what he calls it. I really like calling it the Scallywagon. It's probably not what he calls it, but that's kind of what I've nicknamed it in my head as I've been watching it through in all these videos. But we're going to watch Davy Jones hit this course and see if he can stack up against the legend himself, Logan, who set the course. So it's going to be a pretty tough competition for him. But I thought that both of these runs were absolutely incredible. I loved them both, and this is a good kind of warm-up because this is going to show you the type of difficult course that we're dealing with for these finals. So without further ado, I hope that you guys enjoy these runs. If you do, at the end of the video, once you get to the very end, make sure to give it a like if you did in fact like this video. And if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to High Noon Hobby for more videos every Friday and Sunday. Guys, I'm not even in Salt Lake right now or Utah. I'm literally out of the state once again, and I'm still scheduling these videos. I will not stop. So if you like that type of commitment from your content creators, go ahead and subscribe to High Noon Hobby. More videos every Friday and Sunday. And we're going to be looking at these finals for a couple of weekends here. So I hope you guys are all ready. Buckle in, grab a drink, and let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. The beautiful Three Peaks Recreation Area. Just outside of the actual Three Peaks Recreation Area, we found ourselves a tucked away little spot here for the North versus South finals. And man, this was just an absolutely incredible location. The rock was ridiculously grippy, and the lines were super cool. This course here was set by Logan, or West Desert Wheeler, and he said to me that, he sets courses to try to challenge himself. So if you're not challenged by one of these courses, I would be surprised, because Logan is one of the better drivers I know, and if he sets a course to challenge himself, you know it's going to challenge everyone else out there. So here we go. We've got Steve from Rock Pirates taking a look at gate number 3 here, which is a nasty, nasty side hill. And this is the first real serious gate of this course. The first 2 gates are a bit of a gimme. They are more setup for the rest of the course here, and they might kind of let you settle in a little bit and lose concentration before the gates get real difficult here. So he made it through gate 3 clean there before he ended up peeling off the wall. So luckily he did not get any gate penalty points for that one. But we're coming into one of the most difficult, at least one of the gates that I had the most difficulty with. This is a nasty, nasty pothole that you have to really skirt on the upper side, as you can see that Steve's doing here. And what ended up happening to a lot of competitors is exactly what's happening to him right now. Once you got tipped over, the bottom side of this hole just wanted to absolutely devour your passenger rear wheel, and it would not release it. And so you kind of had to sit there and work it for a while. It was a bit of a test of patience. Some drivers managed to get out of that hole in the passenger rear tire with just wiggling the servo and very, very slowly working their way up the wall with the front axle. Steve's not going to take a chance here. He sees that he's lined himself up to hit that cone, and so if he does too much servo wiggling and works his way up the wall with his passenger front tire, he could very well end up hitting that gate on the right-hand side. So the winch was a good call, and with just a rollover and a winch, it's not too bad. He's only at 8 points so far, and he's going to clean this gate here. Moving on to the next one, things continue on their kind of difficult pattern. This gate number 6 here is a really, really hefty descent, and most competitors ended up falling off of the wall right here. This was basically a setup, because if you fell off the wall here, you did exactly what Steve did. You ended up knocking the arrow cone down on the lower section of the wall, which I unfortunately didn't capture with my camera, and oftentimes you ended up upside down in a turtle position in that little canyon area, which is really tough. Now, this next setup here, this is a very interesting kind of coordination of cones or gates here. So gate number 7 is the gate that Steve is currently going through, and this is one approach that I saw competitors take where you had to sneak your way through this V-notch, and there really wasn't a way to square up to the V-notch and clear the gate, so you had to just squeeze your way through on the driver's side edge. So you can see that's what he is doing there. Unfortunately, I think that he probably would have cleared it, but he took a second to release his controller, maybe wipe the sweat off of his hands, and he actually ended up bumping the cone when his tires reset. As soon as he released the steering wheel, the tires reset back to the centered position, and he ended up bumping that gate number 7. Very unfortunate, but he makes up for it here by getting through the bonus and then ending up in a bit of a sticky situation with his nose towards the wall, and ends up pulling a full 360 just with the traction on his front tires. As I mentioned, the traction on this rock is nasty, and so he manages to pull a 360 there, and well, he pulls himself out of the crack, which I thought was quite impressive. I don't know whether or not the judge, who was Scumbag RC, counted those reverses. I'm not 100% certain. Like I've mentioned in videos past, I'm not the greatest judge, and I haven't done too much of it. I'm not super familiar with it, so I wouldn't know in that circumstance whether or not to say that he is using a reverse in a situation that would or would not count. Because I know if it's considered you don't have control over your vehicle and you're using a reverse as a way to upright, it's not counted against you. So I don't know if in that circumstance those reverses were counted against him. I'm not going to count them against Steve because I want him to have the best chance here against Logan. So we're going to give you some bonus points here in my book, Steve. I think you did a really cool little 360 flip there, and, well, I was impressed. So going through the second bonus gate here, there are 2 bonuses for every course on this in this competitive series here at this location. So 2 bonuses on each course. That means that you could potentially, if you cleaned the course entirely, end up with a -20 on both courses, meaning that your total score for the 2 courses before the top 5 would be a -40. That would be an impressive score to get, but with how difficult these courses are, those bonuses are really just helping these competitors erase some of the errors that are made throughout the course that are bound to happen. Now, this gate here, gate number 8, disgusting. A monster truck hop from one boulder to the next, and then you're set up here basically for failure. You have to blip your throttle and try to wiggle your servo and get yourself lined up to drop off of this rock boulder here. You could also go out to the left, which I saw a couple of competitors do. I believe that that's what I did in my run on this course. It's really just a matter of how your truck lined up on that boulder once you blip the throttle to get up over there. Unfortunately, he ended up bumping that gate as he was making the leap, and so he got a gate counted against him there, leaving him with a +14 so far, even though he hit both of the bonuses clean. We've got just a couple of rollovers, and then that gate pushed him over the edge a bit there, so now we're into the double-digit territory. Cleans gate 9, though, and Luke is showing him the method. You want to run all the way around this crack, and then make sure that you give yourself a good lineup for it, and come in to hit the V-notch headed upwards here for the gate number 10. And of course, it wouldn't be a finished course without my gimbal freaking out a bit. But a +14 at a 4:57.23. That was a good bar to set. Now let's see how Logan does in his run, the man himself who set this course up. He said that the gates challenge him, so let's see how much they really do. Let's get right into this next run. All right, and the start of Logan's run here. We are back at course number 2. I got just a little bit of a late start on this one, but I've modified the time to reflect that. I'm kind of skipping past these first few gates here. A, because they're pretty easy, and B, to try to get ahead of the pack here so that I can get a better angle on things. But as we can see, he's taking a higher approach. Logan is taking a higher approach than Steve did to the side hill there, and didn't have a problem with his Rock Pirate, Pirate Wagon whatsoever in getting across that side hill. Now he's going to actually end up a bit too low on this side hill to make the turn. He realizes it, and the good driver that he is, he decides to take a reset there instead of try to push it and potentially flip off and get into a turtle situation. So we can see him bumping that rear axle down and trying to square up a bit more to this notch. An interesting approach. It's definitely different than what Steve did here, and you can see that it actually helped him keep his truck planted throughout the whole little crack or notch there that he had to make his way through by basically stuffing his front passenger tire onto that wall as soon as he possibly could. He made it through there and made it look easy without having any sort of unsettling happen. And with some serious throttle control, he ended up in a great position for that gate number 6, comes down and makes it look smooth. He was one of the first competitors that I saw that did not roll off of that face there for gate number 6. Now, this is where things, I thought, got very interesting for Logan's run. I had not seen anyone do what Logan is doing right here yet, but after I saw him do this, then I saw quite a few competitors who observed him doing this actually try it for themselves. He has not hit gate number 7 yet, and if you remember correctly, the way that Steve hit gate number 7 was he hit it first and then he looped back around for the bonus. Here, Logan is going for the bonus first and then trying to make essentially a 180-degree turn, excuse me, into gate number 7. Unfortunately, he does not have quite the traction he needs, and his front pushes, which causes him to run into the aero cone there on that far face. Now he is he's essentially wiped out that bonus, and he's going to start trying to make his way to the next bonus gate here, and unfortunately, he just can't quite find the grip that he needs to get up this face. He's taken a couple of reverses to try to get up it. Now he's turtled, and he has to take an upright there, and now he's going to set himself back up for the face again. He knows that his truck can do it. His truck has done it before as he set up this course, obviously, but for some reason, this is just a good kind of demonstration that it's not, sometimes it just doesn't want to happen. Sometimes the conditions just aren't quite right, and something that your truck should do, it just won't do in some circumstances, or it'll give you a lot more hell than you think it should. So he ends up making it up there, but unfortunately, as we can see, he's bumped his score up to a plus 10 now, so he's got to use this bonus to get down to a 0. And then he's got to really watch himself on the rest of the course if he wants to hold on to that 0 score, because some of the most difficult lines are still coming. Makes a clean bonus, gets a lucky bounce out of there, and ends up upright. It looked like it might be a little bit squirrely there for a moment, but he ended up making it upright, which was quite good for him. Now, on the approach to this gate number 8 here, we can see he actually drops down into that pit. He's a bit too squared to the face, and he just stays in the throttle and tries to wiggle it around so that he can get into a position to reset. Luckily, his truck does release. The bumper releases there. He catches rubber for just a second, just long enough to throw him out, and it was basically a lucky bounce to get him reset back into this position again. Now, you can see Logan taking that monster truck throttle blip move to get up to the next boulder there. And, I mean, could you have asked for a more perfect lineup there? I don't know how intentional that was, or if that was just a lucky bounce, but Logan, man, that was absolutely beautiful. That was the best cleaning of gate number 8 that I saw all day, and I was awestruck when I saw that. So here we are cleaning gate number 9. Nothing too crazy. You just have to watch that boundary as you're coming through, and now we're coming around 4:55 right now with a 0-0. We're going to end right at about 5 minutes here for Logan with a 0 score as long as he makes it through gate number 10 clean, which he does here. An absolutely impressive run. So taking a look at our final standings here, we have Steve from Rock Pirates RC coming in at a 655 with a plus 14 score, and then we have Logan, or West Desert Wheeler, coming in with a straight 00 at a 506. So just about a minute quicker, and then also just about one gate and a rollover, one gate and a few reverses off. So a very tight competition between both of these competitors. Both of these guys are really, really incredible drivers. If you haven't checked out Rock Pirates parts before, I would definitely recommend it. I'll leave a link in the description down below for their website, where they've got a whole slew of different competition parts that you can add to your C-channel chassis, whether it be a 10.2, TRX4, a VS410 Phoenix, and they've even got the 10.3, the Base Camp edition. They've got all of the Rock Pirates parts that you could possibly want to add on to those vehicles and make your truck a fantastic competitive vehicle. So if you want to check that out, link down in the description below. But here we are. You guys made it to the end of the video. This was a long one. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and show me that by giving me a like. If you want to leave some sort of feedback, whatever you thought about this video, leave it down in the comment section down below. I tried to respond to every comment I get, and I really do appreciate the feedback that you guys give. But that's all I've got for you guys for this Friday. We will see you in the next video this Sunday, continuing our series of the North versus South finale here. And, well, we'll see you out on the trails. All right, cheers.